In this Japanese reality TV show, a woman named Anaya made a bet with the production team that her boyfriend would never cheat on her. The team then tested her boyfriend's faithfulness by setting up a social experiment. The host repeatedly warned Anaya that once she agreed to participate, she could not back out and would be responsible for the consequences. However, the stubborn girl refused to believe that her boyfriend could cheat on her. Her boyfriend Sota is an unknown comedian, and the two are about to get engaged. The team first had Sota's friend invite him to a restaurant where they ordered pizza. Then, women hired by the team appeared and tried to seduce Sota. A 20-year-old intern on the left and a 25-year-old model named Miko on the right. When the girls sat down next to Sota, he began to occasionally stare at them, which made Anaya think he was being sleazy. The host tried to comfort her by saying that it was normal for a man to look at attractive women, but Sota was staring a bit too much. The waiter then deliberately served Sota's pizza to the girls' table, creating an opportunity for them to strike up a conversation. Sota naturally chatted with them and later asked if they wanted to try the pizza. He then introduced himself and showed them his work uniform. The girls were then asked to leave. Sota's friend later probed him about which girl he liked better, and Sota immediately pointed to Miko, the model. When the girls returned, they asked Sota if he wanted to try some shrimp, to which he responded by spooning some onto Miko's bread and hand-feeding it to her before eating the rest himself. Anaya was totally stunned. After they got to know each other, Miko joked that Sota had big hands. Sota immediately seized the opportunity to compare their hands and even smelled his own hands afterward, making his friend cringe. Sota then invited Miko to see his show and exchanged contact information with her. Over the next few days, Sota frequently contacted Miko, and the two became closer. On the 5th day, Miko came to the show, and Sota was excited to shake her hand. After the show, Miko waited outside, and the two chatted again. Miko gave Sota a gift, first putting a hat on him, then giving him a pair of underwear with a dog pattern, which was not too much considering that Sota was a comedian. Sota then drove her to the station, making Anaya seethe with anger. 10 days later, the two went on their first date together. They gave each other matching phone cases and then took a ride on the Ferris wheel. The host comforted Anaya by saying that there had been no physical contact. Anaya complained that Sota had never taken her on the Ferris wheel. They then went to eat, took pictures, and acted like a couple in love. During this time, Sota indulged in this romantic fling and still could not believe this was happening to him. After dinner, the two went to the beach to chat and take pictures. Anaya admitted that she was disgusted, but the worst was yet to come. The girl then asked Sota to make a wish.
キスして。
だってまだ手もつないでも何もしてないのに。
He is really pushing his luck. Miko wanted to go home because it was getting late, but Sota was insistent on staying with her, claiming he still had plenty of time. After half an hour, they both got up and headed towards the train station. However, Sota shamelessly asked to walk Miko home. We all know what he was up to. Miko refused, so Sota settled for holding her hand. Anaya felt upset since he hadn't held her own hand for a long time, but this still wasn't evidence of cheating. In order to make Anaya completely give up, the production team decided to pull out all the stops. Over the next 3 days, Sota persistently tried to meet with Miko, but she refused. A week later, Sota and Anaya went to a restaurant. Unlike when he was with Miko, Sota seemed disinterested and did not initiate any conversations. Anaya had to lead the conversation. The production team then had Miko pretend to be Anaya's friend and call her, asking to meet up. Anaya explained to Sota that a friend was coming to see her, but he remained indifferent. After the waiter brought the food, Sota began eating on his own. The host joked that he should eat more now because he might not be in the mood for it later. Just then, Miko arrived at the restaurant exuding the air of a queen and locked eyes with Sota. The drama had finally reached its climax. Sota casually glanced over, sensing that something was off, and then looked back at the girl. He recognized her and was utterly flabbergasted. Anaya invited her to sit down, and Sota looked utterly hopeless. Anaya introduced the two, and they pretended to meet for the first time. However, Sota's expression was as if he wished he could disappear. To cover up the awkwardness, Sota kept raising his glass and didn't have the nerve to look at both of them. Miko occasionally talked to Sota, who seemed calm but was actually nervous. He went to the bathroom and scratched his head over how to escape this ordeal. After returning to the table, Sota awkwardly joined the conversation. Anaya asked Miko about her romantic life, and Miko replied that she was single but recently started seeing someone. They had only gone on one date, so she wasn't sure if he liked her. She intentionally looked towards Sota and asked for his advice on what to do. At first, Sota seemed a bit distressed, but then suggested that Miko should ask the guy out on a few more dates to get to know him better. He might make a move then. Sota felt good after taking Miko's hint. The production team then asked Miko to touch Sota's foot under the table. Sota tried to pretend nothing was happening and then signaled her to stop using the gestures that only the two of them understood. After a period of uneventfulness, the production team decided to deliver the final blow to Sota. The host called Anaya and asked her to leave first, allowing Sota to be alone with Miko. Without Anaya's presence, the two were much more relaxed. Miko apologized for staying, but leaving immediately would have been suspicious. She explained that her mind went completely blank, and the next thing she knew, she had kicked Sota's leg under the table. Naive Sota chose to believe her, but poor Anaya couldn't bear to watch any longer. The production team decided to end the trap as soon as possible. Then Miko confessed her feelings to Sota. She didn't want to ruin her friendship with Anaya, but she couldn't resist Sota's charm. She asked him if they could keep their relationship a secret from Anaya. This was a tough question to answer. Sota rubbed his pale skin and sparse hair in distress, but eventually agreed with the condition that Miko wouldn't tell anyone.
絶対言わない。めぐみ絶対言わない。
言わない。
They intertwined their fingers and the experiment was over, and the truth was about to be revealed. Miko received a call from her friend and excitedly shared that she had gotten a boyfriend. Her friend asked to talk to Sota, and Miko convinced him to take the call. However, when Sota answered, he heard Anaya's voice instead. She scolded Sota for being a nasty cheater, leaving him speechless to defend himself. After hanging up, he turned to Miko for help, but she didn't respond. Suddenly, the host and Anaya appeared in front of him, and Sota was still at a loss. After explaining the situation, he tittered helplessly and then kept apologizing and begging for Anaya's forgiveness. As they say, you reap what you sow.